All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Okay, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings to the elect of YAHAWAH, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And blessings to brothers out there teaching the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Looking forward to the downfall and destruction of Babylon, which is America. Yeah, Nebraska camp with the brothers. We doing a little walk and talk right quick. And I just wanted to touch on the mentality of the Passover. Like, yes, the Passover, it came and went, but we do know that a lot of times when the Passover come, it be, the Lord be weeding brothers out, or people out, however you want to put it, to the sense of just because you made it past the 7th day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread doesn't mean you saved yet, doesn't mean you're of the elect, doesn't mean that you still got work to do, basically, in the sense of after they did the Passover, they had to do it in haste, of course, because they was being pursued. There wasn't no safety at that moment. Even in that sense, what happened after that is they got to where the Lord had split the sea and allowed them to walk through, and he destroyed the Egyptians. So right after that, the journey was to go in the land of Canaan, but the Lord didn't send them into the land of Canaan. All right, and as he said, he didn't send them into the land of Canaan. You read in the 13th chapter, it might be the 14th chapter of Exodus, but he didn't send them right into Canaan because he didn't want them to fear of the war and everything. But also, where did he send them? He sent them into the wilderness. Them going into the wilderness, he had to prove them. He had to test them out, okay? And, pretty soon here, we're going to get into Hebrews, the 3rd chapter, which, it explains the whole situation of that. And that's what the Lord, we all know that the Lord is about proving. He's not just going to put anybody on his team. He's not going to just pick anybody. Of course, everything is predestinated, but it's predestinated for a reason. His elect is his elect. We don't know who the elect consists of. And that's why the scriptures say, give diligence to make your calling of the election sure.
I got that.
You got it? Go ahead, bro.
2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall.
Yeah, for if you do these things, ye shall never fall. What are you giving diligence in? The word, man. The scriptures. That's what it's all about. That's why it says, blessed is he that readeth and apply. You have to apply these things. If you do that, there's no sense in having knowledge and not using it. So you have to do that in order to, what was that last part? You still got that?
Yeah. It says, for if you do these things, ye shall never fall.
Ye shall never fall, man. All right, you should never fall. It gives you a better chance at being part of the elect. Who you think gonna get on the football team? The guy who comes to practice or the guy who don't come to practice? So if you don't even work at all, if you don't put in no work at all, why do you expect to why would you expect to receive a reward, to receive a benefit? Like I said, give diligence. God. Yeah. Glad you handled it better,
Big dog, appreciate it.
Kind. Yeah, Jake was telling us Edomite down here tripping. But yeah, so like I saying, giving your you gotta give diligence to make your calling of the election sure, man. It doesn't 100% guarantees you, but it puts you in a better position, man. In a sense, we all looking forward to having a spot on the chariot. It's not like we competing against each other in the sense of warring with each other, but we lifting each other up and exhorting one another, man.
Just that situation, it was spiritual. When it happened, it happened for a reason. And the brother's going over the fact that You know what I'm saying? After you go through the Passover, you know, it's a sigh of relief, but it's not over, right? So what the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying? When you get the word of the Most High, right after that comes the devil, man, to take it away from you. You know what I'm saying? And through the Spirit, he came up talking about what? Esau being in the way, man, trying to cause the downfall of us, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So just because you get through this Passover, basically through the Spirit, he's telling you to watch out for Esau, man. You know what I'm saying? What Esau got going. Just because you made it through the Passover doesn't mean that Jacob's trouble ain't around the corner. You know, because the wilderness, you know, you got to think about it. What they considered the wilderness worse than Egypt. Worse than Egypt. You know what I'm saying? They said it was eating this and eating that. So you got Jacob's trouble, you got the famine, you got the plagues, you know, you got the pestilence, you got the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Just because you make it through the RFID chip, I mean, not the RFID chip, but just because you make it through the Passover, which is synonymous with the salvation or this situation, doesn't mean that there's not going to be temptations. There's not going to be, you know, faults and slip-ups that we commit. So you have to meditate on yourself daily. You made it here, so now you increase. You know what I'm saying? You don't sit there. You know, it says press toward the mark. You know, you didn't pass the ribbon yet, so you press through it. You know what I'm saying? And through the Spirit, hey man, watch out for Esau. Esau definitely is going to come down, and he's coming down and he's getting closer and closer to the ministry. You know what I'm saying is that we're becoming on the radar with his attacks. You know.
Beautiful point. Beautiful point. You got the Hebrews?
This is Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, "Wherefore, as the Holy Spirit saith, today if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts as in the provocation."
Yeah. Go ahead.
In the day of temptation in the wilderness.
And that's what they was doing. They was provoking the Lord, and the Lord was doing it on purpose. He did it for a reason. Like I said earlier, you know, it was to weed out the fake, so to speak. Because it was only 2 people that made it out of Egypt, that made it into the land of Canaan. You know what I'm saying? Other than the ones that made it was the generations under them. You know? Go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 9, "When your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years.
They saw here it is. You a nigga in Egypt, in slavery, in bondage, and the Lord send all kind of signs and wonders, sending lice and frogs and turning water into blood. See a rod get turned into a snake, you know.
Hey, the partner of the Red Sea, you know.
Even to that, you know, the partner. You walking on dry land. This is a whole sea. It's not a pond. It's not a puddle. It's a whole sea that split and said it was a wall on each side, man. And you walk just by seeing a man of the Lord stretch forth his arm with a rod in his hand to split the sea. That ain't stuff you see on the norm, man.
To play devil's advocate, for lack of better words, that you gotta, you know, what the scriptures say, you know, that the Gentiles seek after signs. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I'm saying that to say that the Lord knows us as a nation. He knows our nation is some hard-headed motherfuckers, and they can see a C part. That's not going to change their cognition. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to change their spirit. It's not. Only the elect is going to obey. That's just simple. We don't have to. Those will we must elect, but we don't have to seek a sign. We don't have to see a sign. You know, it's really the spirit that's within us. You know, that's going to make us that's going to make us believe, because you can see all kind of things. There's all kind of things that's happening now that people still are not privy to, man, and they're not acknowledging. You know, it's something simple as fucking racism, man. You know, Esau hating you as a nation. You know, people don't see that, and they'll argue with you up and down. There's no racism, there's this, and no that, and there's evidence. You know, there's evidence of the Most High's existence all over the earth, but all these niggas got unks around their neck and all this other bullshit. So at the end of the day, they are the niggas in the wilderness, murmuring and complaining, basically bitching without a solution, man. You know, or I could be eating fish right now. I could have been doing this. You got me out here in this wilderness, not realizing what the goal is.
Yeah.
You know, because you're gonna get weary if your goal was way back there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to get out of Egypt. They got out of Egypt. Now they complaining because that was their goal. Their goal wanting to go back into the Most High, their power. You know what I'm saying? Stop worshiping these idols and things like that. Their goal was to just get out their current situation.
Yeah.
You know, so they didn't have a future mindset or a kingdom mindset. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of these 2/3 to this day, they don't have a kingdom mindset. They don't have a future mindset. They just want to talk about the apostles. They just want to talk about, you know, in the negative sense. They want to talk about the apostles. They want to talk about GMS in the negative sense. They want to talk about any other church that's talking about prophecies in the negative sense. They don't want to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, they're complaining. Y'all out here talking down on women. Y'all out here always going against other brothers and all this and that. That's because you like it in the wilderness. You don't want to leave America. You want a flat screen in the kingdom, basically, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't see yourself without having a vehicle that runs on gas in the kingdom. You can't see a chariot. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what a chariot is. Like we said, we don't have to see them. The scripture said, "Blessed is he who have not seen and believe." Right?
Heavy.
So we don't have to see these things to believe in these things. Faith is the subject of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We don't have to see these things to be convinced that it's true and that there's something better than you know, Doritos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's something better than getting beat the fuck up and shot in the face. But to actually sit there and say it's something better than, you know what I'm saying, the women that's now, the IG models and vehicle, you know, a Bugatti and a boat cruise. We were talking about a boat cruise earlier, you know what I'm saying? Things that's way better than that. Way better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We be looking on Google and you just see natural things. And you be like, man, that's fucking beautiful, man.
It's crazy you said that because I was just thinking, it's like if I cut you off, I was just thinking about the beads. You know what I'm saying? Like, brothers is heavy into beads, you know, the stones and stuff right now.
Yeah. And that ain't shit. The stones we making ain't shit. You gotta think our garments gonna be laced with that, man.
Woo-hoo.
You know, it's the imagination that we have. We can't even tap into it because of the lack of resources, man. You know, lack of freedom. To sit there and say, look, make me a gold-plated, you know what I'm saying, gold-plated girdle with a gold-plated chest plate with onyx. And I want another one that's silver with onyx. And I want another one that got amethyst in it, and this one and that. And you know what I'm saying? You know?
Raw amethyst too, boy.
It's raw amethyst, raw cut amethyst. I can have it cut anyway. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You know, type of deal.
Floating around you like Magneto.
We don't have to. We're not able to imagine those things. You know, we can if we're kingdom minded. But a lot of you niggas are not into that mindset. That I'm gonna just have my one little wife in the kingdom.
Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know, that's why women don't understand what the kingdom is either. We're dealing with marriage, man. You're not gonna have the same woman. You know, look, every dude gonna be beautiful. They're not gonna be the same. Every woman's gonna be beautiful. They're not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different mentality. That's why they can't understand how, like, in this time, dealing with multiple, a man dealing with multiple women, and they can't, how you gonna have time? Like, y'all ain't gonna have time. Like, it's a whole difference between taking a Epsom salt bath and soaking in flowers like Esther for months, man.
Brother,
You know what I'm saying? But you're not kingdom minded. You're not looking there. You're just looking at that current situation and trying to get out of that current situation. And when the Most High got you on a road that's 40 years, you know what I'm saying? You're just looking to get out of that current situation that took a moment and not realizing it's gonna take 40 years. Just where we're at, to get where we're at, it took years. It took 10 years and counting for us to be where we're at. But at that moment, you know what I'm saying? We realized the truth, but you know, really we wasn't in the moment. We just went along, and you really can't look back, man. You can't look back like you know, with Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You turning your back on Babylon. You saying, look, I'm pressing toward the mark. Like the woman asked us when we first was out there. You know, I think the brother was out there and they said, what y'all gonna, you know, I knew somebody was in the truth and they were doing it for such years. What's gonna happen if that happened to you? I was like, I'm just gonna keep teaching. What the fuck? What else I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no quitting because the road is long.
Yeah, that's part of having your foundation built on that sandy hill or that stony ground, man.
Yeah, he that endureth unto the end.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And enduring and overcoming. You can't. You know, it's important to have both. To overcome is to be like a champion. You know what I'm saying? Like it says, enduring hardness as a good soldier. You know, a good soldier is a champion, a person that overcomes. You just don't, like I always say, you don't endure ass whooping. Somebody just beat the fuck out you. You overcome, but you go through to endure. So basically, somebody rock you, and you get your shit back together, and you keep pressing toward the mark, which is to beat that opponent. So in this our situation in the truth is our opponent is to achieve salvation. You know, getting rocked is the stumbling blocks that Satan and other devices are put in front of us. And we might trip over the motherfucker. We gotta get up and keep running, right? Keep pressing toward the mark. Niggas just got out the fucking cell like the little gladiator thing, and they're like, well, I'm out here. Why y'all got me fighting? Nigga, I gotta fight every day, nigga. Like, yeah, until you done.
God.
You know? And consider it, man. The Most High broke loose our chains. Now he's telling you gotta walk this path and you don't wanna walk it.
It's the same. It's all over again, man. That day of provocation. You know, con. Go ahead.
Back in Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 9, it says, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years. Wherefore I was grieved with that generation, and said, they do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways.
And what are they err in? The heart is their mind, you know? Not knowing, like, they knew of the Lord's ways, but like the brother was just mentioning, they had no intentions on doing that. You know, they had no intentions on getting better. They just like, whoo, we ain't in slavery no more. Well, damn, you brought us out here. Was it not enough? Oh, because it wasn't enough graves in Egypt? They said that. They said you basically brought us out here to kill us all here because there wasn't enough graves in Egypt. Like, it just show you how ungrateful the unbelievers were. Okay?
Can I bring this precept out?
Okay.
It's a little lengthy, but I'm going to go through it. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and verse 5. It says, go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them. For they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods. Am not I, even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage? But they have provoked me to wrath and despised my counsels. Okay, this pull thou off then the hair of thine head, and cast all evil upon them. And they have not been obedient unto my law, but it is a rebellious people. How long shall I forbear them? How long shall I forbear them unto whom I have done so much good? You know, and I don't want to jump the gun because it just goes into what you were saying.
Go ahead, speak on it.
How Jake is ungrateful. You know, the Most High, he didn't have to do the things that he did, but he did that, you know, for the sake of his people, man.
God.
All right.
And ultimately, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm gonna say ultimately for the elect, man. You know, that's what the Lord is rocking for the elect at this moment, you know? Because like he said, everything was predestinated, so us going through the wilderness, our downfall, and us rising up again is all for the elect, so perfection can happen. After that, what is that? The kingdom of heaven, New Jerusalem. That's when the perfection gonna happen. You know, Lord willing, we are that number. We get them new bodies. All right, we get that rest. You know, get to live in righteousness, and then after that, what happens? Those 2/3, those unbelievers that didn't believe, they will come back in their right state of mind under the new covenant written in their inward parts.
Got a little precept so we can get it off. Go to Matthew chapter 6, verse 31. It says, Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or with or withal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Therefore take no, says Salakia, therefore no thought, Salakia, take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
God.
So basically, just keep your mind on the kingdom of heaven. That's it. You really don't got no time to be admiring your work. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they did when they got out of Egypt. It was like, damn, we did all this, you know, and we still ain't here. Like, you ain't done until you finish.
Are you
know?
done or are you finished?
Yeah, you know, that's it. Like,
God.
that's the goal. You don't get salvation till you're on the chariot. You know, woo, man.
Yeah.
Because then rest is allowed. You gonna know when it's time to sit down. It's time to sit down.
Yeah.
You ever been at work and shit? You thought you did some hard shit, and they be like, you sit down and be like, wait, we got something. We're not done yet. You know what I'm saying? That is so deprived. That's so draining. But if you're there like until you clock out, that's when you finish. Then your mentality is like, what I gotta do next? Well, I gotta keep moving, because if I sit down, if I get settled, I'm gonna get weary, man. You know?
Gotta stay active, man. Be efficient.
That's why I said he's long suffering, man. It ain't gonna be easy. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Hey, so yeah, call law, YAHAWASHI, Salakia, you know. With that, we want to give our praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Okay, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Lord willing, you Akim were edified, and man, keep running, keep pushing, man. We almost out, but we not saved just yet. All right, shalom.
Shalom.